Terry, let's talk about the reuniting between Bergdahl and his parents. Some say that may be one of the most difficult hurdles for Bergdahl. I'm curious that why hasn't he spoken to his parents yet? What's behind that?
Well, I'm not sure that he's been advised not to speak to them or he's choosing not to, but either way, it's really not uncommon in my opinion because that reintegration process is very challenging. I mean, if anybody can relate to a holiday time with family and friends, there's always chaos that goes on, regardless of what that is. So you can imagine that after 5 years in captivity, not knowing what to expect, not knowing what to say. There's a lot there that I'm sure he's still going to need to be briefed on before he even meets his parents, even for a few moments.
That's interesting because, from my perspective, I would think one way would be like once you come back, you'd want to be reunited with your parents. You'd want to be with the people that you knew before. Yeah. I would think that would be comforting, no?
Well, that sounds logical, but I think the relationship with his parents weren't exactly the way that we might think it was. I mean, I've read where he was sleeping on couches in family, friends' homes for a period of time and then went to the Coast Guard, washed out, went to the Army. So I'm not sure how estranged that was before he left. So there could be some issues there. But on the other side of that, he's been locked away in a foreign place, in exile. So his past life is over. His new life is just now beginning, and I'm sure he's not sure even what that will be, and I'm sure he's a little even afraid to even open that back up and go back and explore, even though it looks like it would be comfortable to us.
And let's talk about that new life. How does Bergdahl relearn how to make decisions for himself? Something as simple like ordering food in a restaurant, given the fact that his captors decided everything for him for years.
Yeah, he's going to need some good people around him, some good coaching around him, because it's going to be a very slow integration. I've used the example of someone who has physical trauma. If they lost a limb and they came back, they would be noticeably disabled and they would noticeably need help around them, a wheelchair, crutches, someone to assist them. He's that way psychologically. So he's going to need a lot of special needs care to help him reintegrate. Plus, I mean, he's been cut off from the world, the internet, just news media. Can you imagine all that's happened in the past 5 years? That's pretty alarming when you think about just coming back into that and trying to catch up on things. It's going to be quite overwhelming and very stressful.